Hello there, Nick Moon at Tone Proper AV, here to talk a little bit about the Antelope Audio Live Clock. So if you aren't familiar with Antelope Audio, my background is as a mastering engineer and studio guy as well, and so I've been a big fan of Antelope Audio back in the kind of 90s and early 2000s when digital was still kind of finding its legs, especially in the 90s. Clocks were a big part of what made digital sound good or not good. Conversion has always been a big factor, and Antelope Audio has really developed a lot of the world's best clocks, and seeing something like this for the live world got me really excited, and I got to check it out at NAMM, and I want to talk a little bit about it here with you. So Antelope Audio is one of those companies that develops really cool products. Everything they make is very intentional and very precise, and it's not real gimmicky. People sometimes think clocks are kind of gimmicky, but spend some time in our production studio here with a pair of $30,000 near-field monitors, and you can hear clocks. You can hear a lot of stuff in there, and it makes a pretty big difference. So seeing something like that happen in the live world, I was really excited about it and kind of jumped on one. And we're going to try to do our best here to talk about it and hopefully show you even some audio files with us here. All right, so we're going to do a little unboxing here. The thing I really kind of like about Antelope is that their boxing is really basic. It's kind of a theory of mine. When the packaging is basic, I feel like they're not hiding behind anything because they don't need to. It's a good product. Anyway, you got a manual here, got some assembly instructions, warranty card, and a piece of foam, and pretty basic. Some rack ears. The thing I really like about it is just how small it is. When I was touring, having stuff that you can fit into a suitcase, that was under 50 pounds was pretty awesome. I mean, this thing is very, very small, and I don't even see the need to rack it, to be honest with you. Okay, so here it is. I really love the simplicity of this unit. You just have your basic clock options here. So the oven, temperature control is what makes a real stable crystal, and that's what that means. You're not gonna like bake any cookies or anything with this. The oven is actually maintaining a temperature of the crystal, and of course the crystal is what oscillates. There's not a lot of functionality here because you don't need it. It's a clock, so you just control your sample rate that way. All right, so on the business end here, it's got USB. They have a basic OS app. Windows and Mac is supported, so if you want it on your computer, I'm assuming for system updates as well. Then you've got BNC, AES EBU, and SPDIF. So any kind of connection you're going to run into live is taken care of here. The other thing I really like about it is you've got the 10M in, which is a fantastic clock. You can put that in here and then distribute your clock to your other devices via that as well. You also have a standard word clock in if you're going to use something else, and you've got 4 word clocks out. Like I said, AES EBU and SPDIF as well. One of the things I really like about it is that it has a locking. I don't know why more manufacturers do not do this, but to not have a threaded locking power adapter on the back, that kind of stuff just absolutely kills me on why people don't do that. Okay, so I have set my trusty Midas Pro Series desk to word clock. I connected a BNC cable out of word clock and into my console, and we are currently using the live clock. So the beginning of this video was internal clock on the Midas, and now as of the time I've been talking to this point, we are now on the live clock. At some point we'll put together audio through here because my voice is not a great way to test a clock. So what we'll do is we'll play some audio tracks through the console, capture them, and then do the same exact settings, same volume with a different clock. And then we'll put those down in the comments section once we get them all done. The live clock is a great piece of kit. I think it's a pretty inexpensive unit. I think last I checked it's $9.99. It's a great upgrade for a sound system for a very minimal cost. A couple things we didn't love about it. The first thing is that you've got to like register it and download the software and plug it in before you can use it. And the second thing is there's no clock cable in there. It'd be really handy. They're really cheap to throw like a 1 meter clock cable so I could have my trusty clock next to my console. Again, so that it was out of the box and I could turn it on. Those are my only two complaints about it. Build quality is good. It's a nice form factor, and it's a really great clock. If you look at some of the specs on it, of how many like parts per million deviation over how many years, it's pretty remarkable. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. We'll work on those audio files, and we'll talk soon.
Well, thanks for stopping by our channel. We hope that you enjoyed this content. Make sure you hit the like button and comment below your thoughts. Also, to get more great content like this, hit subscribe and click the bell icon to get notifications when we release our next video.